The one behavior that has really helped me create and maintain my peace over the last 10 years is what I want to share with you today, and I will keep it real short. I decided to stop over explaining myself. I decided this 10 years ago. At that time, I'll probably be in my early 30s, but I decided that because it was just becoming a little too much. It was becoming a little too much it was becoming a little too much having to explain and over explain myself. Now, just so that we're on the same page, explaining yourself sometimes is necessary. Sometimes you just need to give people a little bit more context about what it is that you're talking about. But I find over this last several years that explaining is one thing, but many of us tend to go on the deep end and over explain ourselves. So, for example, if somebody was to ask you, how are you doing? And now this person is just a co-worker or some rando. Just saying, I'm fine, or all is well, or hey, it's tough, but it's cool, whatever. Keep it short, 1 or 2 sentences, that's it. But then you go into it. You get to work on a Monday and somebody asks you, how was your weekend? And you go into a 10 minutes conversation about your weekend. Okay, I get that, but does that really make sense though? Is that a wise way to use your time and energy? Is to give someone random, someone that is insignificant or someone that you don't really have a deep connection with, to give them a 10 minutes explanation of your weekend? More than that, at the end of the day, it becomes an habit. It goes from a 5 to 10 minute dissertation about your weekend to a 15 minutes dissertation about a meeting that you're having with your boss that is just supposed to be a 5 minutes meeting. It becomes emotionally daunting, and honestly, it's just a waste of energy. That is the way that at least I perceive it, and I realize that it does help, especially if you're the type that do actually care about how others feel once you're done with that conversation. I know that many people don't care, but in reality, you are not many people. I'm not many people. You're just who you are, and I am who I am. And so every time I connect with someone, I always want to make sure that I am leaving the best impression of myself. Now, it doesn't have to be a good impression, don't get me wrong, or a bad impression. I said the best impression. So if I have to call you out on something, I still want to do it with dignity. I want to do it so I'm leaving you with a little dignity on my way out, even if I have to call you out on something. Either way, not over explaining yourself is a skill that you have to learn if your plan is to protect yourself, maintain your peace, revitalize your energy. You have to learn how to give short answers. And I have a formula that I have used for years that works. Keep everything under three sentences if you can. If my starter came through there. Keep everything under 3 sentences if you can. What do I mean by that? Most emails, most text messages, most conversations can be started and ended with 3 sentences. I know you don't think that's true, but I promise you, try it. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. If someone sends you a 2-paragraph email, read through it, and you can tell if you are really looking that the point they are trying to make is 1 to 3 points. They just had to fluff it with over explaining that it makes it look robust, because in this society, it's almost like the more robust something is, the better they are. No. Look at what the important points are, respond specifically to that, and keep it pushing. Same thing as text messages. Somebody sends you a paragraph of something. I promise you, there's only 1 to 3 things that is important. Address each thing in 1 sentence. Keep it pushing. It is so hard to do because you always have so much to say, but you get really good at doing the second thing, the second behavior, the second reframe that you have to implement to maintain your peace, is to say only what you need to say, not what you want to say. Because that's what the other person is doing, right? They are saying everything that they want to say because they just want to get it out there. Just say what you need to say. Don't waste words. What you need to say needs to be said, like you really have to say this. But what you want to say, that's the emotional side of stuff. You can let some emotion in, because by you responding is already, that's the emotional part of it. But you don't have to pad it and include everything you just want to say to clear your mind and find closure. Now, 3 sentences. Respond to most things or ask for most things in 3 sentences, and only say what you need to say. Only type what you need to type, not what you want to type. Once you start doing those 2 things, I promise you, you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna have so much mental space. You're gonna have less cognitive load, and you're going to begin to feel more revitalized, because now you have the mental space to do all the things you really want to be doing, rather than wasting your time about what you don't really care about. You're going to find out that people are less likely to drag you into drama. You're going to find out that you are less likely to participate in shenanigans. You're going to find out that you are having more interesting ideas. You're going to make time for things you want to be doing, even if it's just going outdoors, sporting, reading, playing, relaxing, whatever it is. You're going to find more time for that. So hear me when I say, read yourself clearly and make sure you are only responding to everything in 3 sentences or asking for anything in 3 sentences. But most importantly, say only things you need to say, not everything that you want to say. Take good care.